What's up, YouTube? What's up? This is Mr. Steel, truck driver, making my debut on YouTube. Figure I'd come on here and give a little insight of the industry. You know, do the advice to all the newcomers. Because being out there as long as I have, excuse me, had plenty of people come ask me, what to do, where they go, and all that other stuff. So I was figuring I'd just start making some videos on it, about a different advice on what to do, how this industry is. Any questions need to be asked. You can subscribe, leave comments or whatever, and I'll make a video about it. So a little bit about myself. I've been driving for about 16 years. Got my license back in 2000. And I started with a company called MS Carriers. For all you old school drivers out there, you know who MS Carriers is. Where MS Carriers is no longer around. It was bought out by Swift some time ago. But that's who I started with. Went down there to Memphis, Tennessee. And did my training down there. And that was the first time I've been to, Memphis, Tennessee. I've never really traveled within the states like that. I used to always, jump on a plane and go overseas somewhere. But I've never really traveled in the states until I started driving trucks. And man, listen, I was 21, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, jumped out there, and I was just loving it. I was like, man, this is great, getting paid to see the country. And I did all right. Started out with 25 cents a mile. And I'm not sure what they start now. I think they probably still doing 25 cents a mile. That's just ridiculous. It's been over 16 years and they still paying 25 cents a mile to start. That's crazy. But yeah, been with them for a little while. And then kind of did that for about 5 years or something like that. And then I decided to go do some local work back in Brooklyn, New York. That's where I'm originally from. So I can be, home more often, chill with my friends and all that, just have a good old time. And I was just making pretty decent money. I think I started out making like $18 an hour doing local. And then, bouncing from job to job, as my pay went up. Then I got tired of the local thing, everyday traffic and the hustle, and it was just ridiculous. After a while you get burnt out. So I went back on over the road. I think my next company was Anderson Trucking out of I forgot where they from. They're out there Midwest. Where Anderson from? Minneapolis area, I think. St. Paul's. Yeah, they from St. Paul's, Minnesota. And I've been with them for about a year or so. And then I just been bouncing around, trying different companies and different things. And back then they didn't have no lease purchase program. This lease purchase program stuff is fairly new. I think they just started this about maybe 6 years now, 7 years. They just started this lease purchase program. When they just started it, man, it was just horrible because they was trying to work out all the kinks and how they're gonna build people and all that other stuff. So I heard about it, but I wasn't really interested in it. I was making, I was doing all right with the company driver. And then as the programs and stuff got better and they everything was up and up, then I was like, what, let me give it a try because I used to drive for owner operator, and basically I was running the truck. I drove the truck like it was my own. I picked all the loads, whenever the truck needed maintenance. I scheduled all the maintenance work and all the other stuff. So I was like, why not do this for myself? You know, instead of me working for owner operator, why not me be the owner? So, you know, I was checking around on different companies and stuff, and then a friend of mine told me about Schneider and their lease purchase program with the choice board. You know, you could pick your own loads and all that other stuff. I was like, oh, that's great. You know, don't have a dispatcher. Actually, you're looking at the dispatcher, which is me. I'm the dispatcher. I go where I want to go, when I want to go. You know, I operate my truck how I want to operate it, and it's been pretty good. It's been good. And you know, they have all kinds of trucks you can get: Volvos, Kenworths, Peterbilts, Freightliners. I decided to get a used truck. It's not for everyone because, you know, with the used truck, you usually don't know what you're going to get. You know, you can get a good truck or you can just get a piece of crap. You never know. I kind of lucked out with this one that I got. I have a 2010 Prostar, the limited edition. You know, it has a 450 Cummins in it with 13 speed, and I love it. You know, I would not get the Max Force. Max Force is trash. I don't like them. They horrible. So they had this one with the Cummins in it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. And I got it with like 439,000 miles on it. Did a 1-year contract with them at the time. I've been with them for about two years and 2 months now. So my first year when I started with them, I did a 1-year contract. You know, I was paying my monthly truck note of was it $568 plus the maintenance, you know, account and all that. And I did pretty good, man. I think I grossed like 180,000 that year. You know, that's gross. That's not net. But and I didn't run that hard neither, you know. So if I really was running hard, I could have done a lot better. But, you know, it was pretty good. And then when my 1-year contract was up, I had a choice to upgrade to a newer truck or just keep this truck. I said, man, I'm keeping this truck because it runs good. I got all the kinks out of it, you know, for the maintenance and all that, and it is running great. So I was like, I want to keep this truck. So they said, all right, another 1.5 year contract, and then it'll be paid in full. So now I only got a couple of months left on this truck, y'all, and it's mine, paid for. I'll be done at the end of May. And the end of May, truck is paid for. No more truck payments. All I gotta do is just insurance, bobtail insurance, workers' comp, and all that, and, you know, keep it going. And I'm in the process of starting my own company. You know, put in the paperwork. If you need ideas about how to do that, I can tell you. And, you know, in the future videos, how to do an LLC, get your truck registered, you know, get your LLC registered, you know, what tax to file under, you know, and just how to get different things. Right now I'm in the process of getting another truck. Gonna hire my first employee, y'all. And I'm just on the up and up, just moving, man, just getting it going. And that's gonna be, you know, 2 trucks, and then, you know, just keep building and building, get my fleet up, you know, get new drivers, more people, and just keep building and building. That's how all these other big companies started. Schneider, he started with 1 truck, 1. And now here we go. He got 13, 14, 15, even probably 16,000 trucks or more, you know. And they started with 1. All it takes is 1. You got to get started. You got to have dedication. You got to be focused. You can't come out here and just lollygag and play games. Oh, I'm just for the money. You ain't going to make it. You know, you got to know how to, pick your loads. You got to know how to buy fuel. And what I mean buy fuel is like, you fill up one time and then after that you get fuel for each load. You never want to overbuy fuel because that's going to eat into your profit for that week. Hint, hint, never overbuy fuel because you will eat into your profit for the following week. But life's been good. 2016's big things is going to happen. Like I said, starting my trucking company. And I'm just going to keep moving forward from there, man. And like I said, if anybody have any questions, what you want to know about this trucking business, just subscribe, leave a comment or something, leave me something, then I'll, let me know what you want to know, and then I'll make a video on it. And truck is kind of dirty right now. I didn't get a chance to clean it up. I'm up here in Leasing, Michigan right now. I just delivered my load over here at the Myers Distribution Center. Then I gotta go down to Coldwater, Michigan tomorrow morning, pick up another load, take that up to Chicago. And then from Chicago, I gotta go out to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Pick up a load from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and take that all the way over to New Jersey for Monday morning. But the way I schedule it is I pick that load up on Friday and I stop at the house, do my 34 at the house. That's my thing. I do my 34 at the house and never do my 34 on the road. That's the way I schedule it. Like I said, I used to live in Brooklyn, New York, but I don't live there anymore. I moved out here to Dayton, Ohio, where I live at now. Been here for about 4 years, almost 4 years. And I love it, I love it. It's not the big city. It's still a little small city. And a little bit of country in it. And it's perfect for, me. Have space for the kids to run around. My wife, she loves it out here. She wasn't too keen about it at the first, but when we came out here, she like, oh, I love it out here. So that's a positive note about that. And so yeah, like I said, back to the load. I schedule it that way. I pick it up on Friday and it don't deliver in New Jersey until Monday morning. That load, that's like 1,000 miles. That load pays $1,700. It's paying like $1.74 a mile. And I take that load, do my 500 miles from Cedar Rapids to Dayton. I get home Friday night, do my 34 hours, leave out Sunday morning, go deliver that load get there. I'll be in Jersey. Sunday night. Yeah, I'll be in Jersey Sunday night. Do my 10 hours, get unloaded Monday morning, and boom, get some more loads and just keep it going. Just keep it going, man. That's all it is. You got to be smart about this choice stuff. The way Schneider has it. You just can't I see a good load and just buy and just pick it, and then don't go look to where it's going to see if there's any loads in that city that you're going to. And then, see another load from there and then pick in your next city. You got to plan yourself out. You don't want to over plan and you don't want to under plan, because then you ain't going to really make any money. I've heard guys on this program talking about, oh man, I ain't making no money. I can't make no money. And I always tell them, I say, hey, the only reason why you ain't making no money is you. You don't have nobody to blame but yourself. Because there's nobody dispatching you but you. You're not getting forced dispatch, nothing like that. And Schneider's pretty good, with that. They all customer based. Like some other people were saying in other videos, You don't have to go through brokers or anything like that. It's all customer based, and you know, it's been pretty good. You know, I do about 90% dropping hooks, the other 10% live unloads and live loads, just depending on how much it's going to pay. You know, you got some people like, oh man, all I do is drop a hook. Man, listen, I'll do a live load and live unload in a minute, just depending on what it pays. You know what I'm saying? If it's worth my time, then I'm gonna do it. And a load get canceled on you, they pay you $150 for that. Detention time after 4 hours, stuff like that, up to like 10 hours, I think. But you'll get no more than $300 for total detention time. So, I try to stick away from that. Because, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Like, what was it? Like New Year's, man. That New Year's week, I had me a beautiful load, man. I was going to make $2,100 in 2 days. 2 days, $2,100. I got to my stop in Brooklyn. It was supposed to be a drop and hook. Load wasn't there. There was no empty trailers there. I had to live unload. Man, I got there Monday night. I didn't leave out there till Tuesday night, man. I was mad. They had to take my loads off me, give them to someone else. I was like, man, yeah, they gave me $300 for detention, but I was like, man, they could have kept that $300, man. I wanted my $2,100. I was mad, but what are you gonna do? This is trucking. It has its ups, it has its downs. No matter what industry you go in, it has its ups and its downs. Oh, speaking of industry and all that, lease purchase thing. My advice to all you new drivers out there: don't be so hasty to jump into a lease purchase program. I always tell people to get at least a year under their belt, preferably 2 years. That way you can really know the industry, know the ins and outs, know what areas to go, doing what times, what seasons, stuff like that. Because I've heard people, they go to these driving schools. I think one was like night, or one of them, I can't remember what it was, but there's like, as soon as you graduated, there's like, all right, 2 choices: you either team with somebody or you go to lease purchase. And I'm like, come on, that's no way to do stuff, man. Take your time, learn the industry, learn the business, learn the ins and outs. It's like, for instance, if a doctor just came out of med school, would you want him operating on you? Just think about that. Doctor just came out of med school. Do you want him to be your first patient, his first patient or her first patient right out of med school with no supervision? Would you want that? I don't think so. I wouldn't want that. Because doctors, they do 4 years of college, they do 4 years of med school, and they also do an additional 4 years of pre-med as a residence to learn the game and learn how to do things, stuff like that. And after they do their residence, they still got to take the board test to become a certified board physician. I'm just using that as an example. And there's other things too, like people just come out, if they just come out of college with an engineering degree, would you want them, to start building stuff or do whatever? No, they go and they get trained. They go on a job with a trainer or somebody who's shadowing them to make sure that they're doing everything correctly. And it's the same thing in any industry. I don't care where you go, you have to learn the ins, the outs of the industry, in order for you to succeed. You just can't go out there and just jump straight into it. You're going to fail. It's going to be really hard, and then you're going to get discouraged. You're like, oh man, I don't want to do this anymore. Whatever. I've heard too many stories like that. And I always tell them, do not rush. The pay's not going to be that good for the first year, but that's with any business. You got to learn the ropes before you actually put tension on the ropes. Because if you don't know how tight you can pull that rope, the rope's going to bust. It's going to break. So you have to learn the ropes before you think about going this lease purchase programs. Some of these companies, they try to push you, here, lease purchase. Yeah, oh, you make this much, you do this and you do that. And you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know how to calculate your miles. You don't know how to do your loss profit, counts. You don't know how to, pick the right loads to go to the right areas. It's just a disaster. And I've heard too many disasters. I always tell them, hey, you got to learn the business, man. Like I said, I've been doing this for 16 years. And I just decided to, get my own truck and expand my business. And like I said, about to get another truck with a driver in it and just expand and get my fleet and get everything going. But all that time I was learning the business. You got to learn your craft. This is a craft, y'all. This is a skill. We are professional drivers. We're not the average Joe drivers out there. We are professional drivers. So we have to conduct ourselves as professionals. Can't go out there and do what these little four-wheelers do anymore, You're no longer a four-wheeler. You're an 18-wheeler now. You're a big dog. So you got to conduct yourself like a big dog. So, just like I said, just want to come out here and give my introduction to who I am and all that. My experience out here doing with the trucking business and, starting your companies and different things like that. So you have any questions, any videos on something you want me to do or to talk about, then just, subscribe. I think it's down there somewhere, whatever. Subscribe, comment, leave a message, and I'll check it, see what it is, and I'll make a video on it. So until that, YouTube, good night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I gotta get up about 8 and go back to work. So peace out. It's your boy Big Steel, truck driver, checking out. Peace.